Welcome to Biz Dev Live with Cameron Toth. I am looking forward to talking to you today about how to problem solve those challenges, those big things in front of you, those pesky annoyances, those things that you don't want to deal with, but you know you have to, the things that you do want to deal with, but you don't know quite how to tackle it because it may be unfamiliar territory to you. Let's get into it. I'm going to get into the Biz Dev Live theme, and I'll be right back with you. Biz Dev Live.
Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
So appreciative of you joining me today. I have had difficulty in the past. Once I get into that place where, oh man, you know, this happened when I started up Toth Event Staffing, 2011. I jumped into, all right, I want to own a company. How do I do it? All right, now I got to figure out the legalities. What do I need to do? And some of the ways that I problem solved at that time was, I don't know, I'm just going to move forward and, you know, what will come will come. And in some ways that was good because I took action and I created Toth Event Staffing, and in other ways that set up some challenges for later down in the road. As I was going through the business, some of the things that I ended up dealing with and, you know, tax stuff, some of that stuff, it really snowballed into big problems that, you know, I'm still dealing with today. If I had only gone about it the right way or done the proper research to make sure that I was doing the right things from the get-go, I would have saved a lot of time, saved a lot of money. You get where I'm going with this. So for you, how do you deal with that difficult challenge, that difficult problem, to make sure that you're not continually dealing with that same problem, right? Don't avoid those hard or inconvenient tasks. You'll save money and save time in the long run by focusing and knocking them off your list, right? So as you get into whatever challenge that's in front of you, how do you deal with that? Well, first, and this sounds easy, but sometimes we don't even know what the problem is that we're dealing with. If it's an HR issue, which organization or government entity, right? So identify the problem. So many times I'm getting a letter in the mail and it's not super clear who to call, where do I go to get this problem rectified. Look at due dates, look at, you know, when things need to be done. And this is sort of a bonus tip in this whole thing, because you want to keep your desk organized and be able to tackle these problems. But it's hard to tackle big problems if you're sorting through papers on your desk. So a bonus tip to this whole thing is organization and paperwork. So a bill comes into your desk, pay it. If you can't pay it, set a reminder and file it. Get that paper off your desk so that you can focus in, schedule that time. So time block, right? So I need to make a call today. I can't make a call if I'm already scheduled on 3 face-to-faces or meetings, or I got to be over here, I got to be over there. Sort of the good thing for COVID, if you're living like the solopreneur life or small business life, is maybe you aren't as busy. But if you're, you know, running a deli, or you got a business where you continually need to be front facing and working with customers, finding that time to actually work on these big problems is very difficult. You know what I'm talking about. So setting that time aside so that you can work on these things is a lot easier if you're not also working over the hurdle of paying bills and all that. So being very organized as you receive paperwork. If you're not ready to deal with that letter right now, leave it on your desk to when you can, and then handle it once so that you're not handling it multiple times. The more times you handle that paper, just think about it. You have to read, get into this thing. Multitasking doesn't work, right? I move on to something else. Now I'm spending more time going back, rereading a document. So handle it, pay it, follow up on that task. If you can't do it right now in the moment, you know it needs to be something needs to be done later. Set a reminder, put it on a calendar that is visual to you. I have a big wall calendar in front of me, right behind this camera, in fact, so that if there's something big that I need to do, it's right up there. It's big and bold, and I don't put down little daily to-dos on it, but big things on there goes on there. My daily to-dos I have right in front of me on my desk. Problem solving. Identify that problem, figure that out. That's the big first hurdle, right? Be organized on your desk so that you can actually spend the time, get on, close down all the tabs, just focus on that one problem, identify what the problem is. And that can be a bigger task than, we think of when we're, thinking about a problem, but just identifying what exactly is the problem. HR issue, payroll, behavior, how do I deal with this? Identifying the problem can be a challenge on itself. So setting time aside just to research, make the phone call, do that. Then research, right? So now I've identified the problem that I have. Maybe it's with the bill. I got to follow up with the company. This is the challenge. Research is pulling all the facts together, making sure that you have all your ducks lined up in a row. So as you when you're ready to make that call, you're not wasting your time looking for stuff, making sure that you have stuff. I'm sure you've been on the phone plenty of times with a vendor and, Con Ed, whatever, and they're saying, have your stuff ready, bank, have your stuff ready. Organizing your information, getting into the habit with financial stuff, if that's a struggle for you, like it is for me, making sure that you have all those things in a document folder is really important so that you can handle that. Go ahead, have it all ready, do the proper research that you can do it, and then take action. Cameron, you said, I got to do this. I'm already taking action, right? It's not enough to identify the problem. It's not enough to just do the research on that thing. Then I got to close it out, get it done, not move on to something else, not be distracted, but get it done. So then it's off my plate. If you keep getting letters, notifications, or challenges arriving because you have pushed off the difficult, annoying task, that problem starts eating up a lot more time than the minutes, hours, or days it would have taken to solve it in the first place. So use your problem solving skills, and we all have these skills. We can all solve the puzzle. It's just very difficult to solve the puzzle if the pieces are spread, to the corners of humanity, right? Make sure you pull your pieces together, get organized, and then tackle that thing. And if it's a multi-day project, identifying your problem, creating a document, putting everything together so that you can, in working to solve that project or finish that project, right? You have all your pieces together. You can go back to it very easily. Google Docs is a great tool. You can also use things that are on your desktop, but I encourage you to use tools like Google Docs where you can access them remotely because life happens and you may end up in the emergency room tomorrow. But, if you're there with a child and you're just sitting in the waiting room, you can get some of this stuff knocked off your plate if you're able to access that via your phone, Google Drive on Android. If you're using the iPhone, alternative, God bless you, but you can do that. So that is the way to problem solve, get through some of these difficult challenges with your business and your personal life and get it knocked off your plate. I hope that was helpful. Technical Tuesday, these are the technical challenges of running a business. How do I get through an individual issue? How do I incorporate my business? That answer is not the same for everybody, and the way to get to that answer. And in addition, part of your research and identifying a problem Do not be afraid to reach out to somebody for help. I'm here. Please drop a comment in. If you got a big challenge, big problem that you're working on, I can probably connect you with somebody that can help you out, probably for free. Be happy to help you share their expertise, just like sharing stuff with you now. There's somebody that can help you identify that big problem, that challenge, identify some of those solutions for you and help you along with it. But you got to work on it. So take action. I hope, again, that was helpful. I will see you again tomorrow. Take it easy. Dance out with me. Oh, here we go. BizDev theme activated now. This has been BizDev Live. We'll see. Make sure to subscribe.
BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Camera T. BizD with C, brought to you by Camera T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I put you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizDev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T. BizD with C, brought to you by Cameron T.